So back in 1978, The Who released their 8th studio album entitled, Who Are You? Man, what a great record. You know, I can just sit here imagining right now, listening to that title track off of that album. Oh, for real? Oh, come on, YouTube, you're killing me here. Well, I guess we won't be listening to that song today. But, you know, back in Jesus' day, people were asking that very question of him. Who are you? Who is Jesus? And so on this week's episode of the 5-Minute Break, we are going to take the time to discover exactly who Jesus really is. Let's go! Hello everyone, and welcome to the 5-Minute Break, bringing you encouragement from God's Word. My name is Dave, and I am your host, as well as the lead pastor at First Christian Church in Arcadia, Florida. So who is this Jesus? You know, it's a debate that has been going on now for 2 millennia. Author and theologian C.S. Lewis really summarized this debate in his famous trilemma from his book Mere Christianity. And basically, Lewis says that we have to conclude one of 3 things. That Jesus is either a liar, he's a lunatic, or he is Lord. And so in Mark chapter 8, we find Jesus seeking an answer to this very question from the people who followed him the closest, his disciples. We read the following in Mark chapter 8, beginning in verse 27. It says, Jesus and his disciples went on to the villages around Caesarea Philippi. And on the way, he asked them, who do people say I am? And they replied, well, some say John the Baptist. Others say Elijah, and still others, one of the prophets. You know, just a few chapters earlier, we see the very last of the great Old Testament prophets, John the Baptizer, had been martyred. You know, people apparently at that time believed that Jesus was John who had been raised from the dead. Or maybe, perhaps, Jesus was the reincarnation of Elijah, one of the greatest prophets and miracle workers in the entire Bible. You know, today, we may see Jesus as a socio-political leader of a movement. We like to think of Jesus as a Republican or Jesus as a Democrat. We might be inclined to think, well, Jesus is just some good moral teacher, or maybe he's just some hippie preaching love and has a sweet beard. We may see Jesus as white or black or brown or anything in between. But none of these things really encompass who Jesus really is. Of all people, it is Simon Peter who first truly sees Jesus for who he really is. Because I want you to listen to what happens next. In Mark chapter 8, verse 29, Jesus asked, but what about you? Who do you say I am? And it's Peter who answers, you are the Messiah. In Matthew chapter 16, we are given a more complete answer from Peter. He says there that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Though we may try, even with the most noble of intentions, to put Jesus into whatever box best suits our needs, we need to remember that Jesus is the Son of God. And more than that, according to Jesus himself in John chapter 14, verse 6, he says, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So, who is Jesus to you? Is he what you want him to be? Is he just a figment of some ancient imagination? Or is he the sovereign Lord of the universe that deserves all glory, honor, and praise? And let me tell you, it is the decision that holds eternity in the balance. I want to thank you so much for taking another 5-minute break with me. If you enjoy this series, would you please leave a comment below? If you like this video, hit that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. And we hope that you will join us again next time.